Well, sites are being prepared for Cape Town's homeless, and they're expected to be moved this weekend. It is still unclear exactly where they'll end up as national and provincial government bicker over land. ENC's Aisha Ismail is following that story for us. Aisha, good afternoon to you. What's the latest now in terms of identifying those sites where homeless people will be placed?
Well, what we do know now is that hundreds of homeless people across the city of Cape Town will be accommodated during the 3-week lockdown period. A number of sites have been identified and are being prepared. And as you can see at the back of me, we're at the Culemborg site here in the CBD. The tents have arrived and are being assembled as we speak. Portable toilets have also arrived, as well as water tanks. Now, the city of Cape Town has made it clear that it is their intention to bring about 250 homeless people to this site, and they will be housed in the tents, some of them as individuals, some of them as families, and this is also to keep and to adhere to the social distancing. And they're saying that people will be able to move to this particular site within the next 24 hours. They're also saying that they have formed partnerships with various NGOs, and the concerns by homeless people about where they are going to get food, those concerns have now been allayed, and food will be supplied to them during this lockdown period by a number of NGOs.
And Aisha, when are they expected to officially, of course, move into these sites?
Well, the city official that I spoke to earlier said that he was confident that this particular site, the Culemborg site on the foreshore in the CBD, will be ready by this afternoon. And they have already sent out messages to the homeless people in the city to tell them to start walking across so that they can be accommodated here. And what he also said was that screening by health officials from the city of Cape Town will take place at the entrance to this facility, so that they can test people, rather screen people, before they enter this facility.
And Aisha, ENC is also further reporting that there's been some bickering, we understand, between provincial and national government over land. Just take us through that.
That concerns the refugees and the asylum seekers now. You will recall that about more than a month ago, hundreds of refugees and asylum seekers were removed from outside the Central Methodist Church, and the city of Cape Town used bylaws doing that. But now, because of the emergency regulations and under the Disaster Management Act, the refugees and asylum seekers outside and inside the Central Methodist Church will have to be accommodated, and that is the land that the city is talking about. They're saying that they need national government to release land where the refugees and asylum seekers will be accommodated, but they're making it clear that the refugees and asylum seekers will only be accommodated for the 3-week lockdown period. After that, they will have to then be reintegrated into the local society here. Or, as the Minister of Home Affairs said the other day, if they don't accept the reintegration, they will then have to face repatriation to their countries of origin. But up until now, we still don't know when and where the refugees and asylum seekers will be housed during the lockdown period.
All right.